It's been quite a while since last time I updated my TODO management application. I think it's a time now to make some progress. So today I'm going to add more features to my app. Also in this video I will also show you another very useful Livewire feature which is called Deferred property update. So I'll show you all of them. Let's start now. So from the screen you can see that we can see here there's a to-do item list, the table here, and I can also create or delete an item. But what if I want to delete multiple items in one click? It's not handy enough when I want to manage multiple items. So let's see. The idea that I can of course create a new column in the table, something like this, with a checkbox. Okay, nothing fancy here. And refresh. Okay, you can see there's a checkbox at the head of each row. And of course, we want to track the checkbox status. So what I can think of is that in the to-do list, I need some property. I can store the status in checklist. Right. So the checklist need to be initialized. First of all, I want to extract the to-do list query functionality into a separate function. So you see here there are multiple places that do the similar thing. So first of all, let me create a private function called load data, right? And it requires two parameters, user and the due limit. Okay. Now here I can remove this part and refer to the load data function, right? And I'll remove the assignment here, because when we use the query, eloquent get method function doesn't return an array but a collection. So I just want to make it consistent. At the same time here, I will also replace it with load data and user 3. Okay, so this is how I refactor the code. Now in load data here, I want to initialize the checklist in the following way. We use map function to map each item to something like this. So we store the ID and the checked status in the checklist. Then we go to to-do list. We bind the model to that checklist. How to access the element of the list of the array by index is something like this. So this is a property, this is an array, and this is a loop index though. So this is the index you are using to access the element or to identify the element. And this is the property of the element in the array. So you form the format like this, in this format, so that you can bind it. Okay, let's refresh the page, see what we have. Okay, you see the checkbox is actually not working as expected, but it's there. So first of all, we make sure it's there. And next, we set it check to true by default. And let's see. Okay, the wire model is working. And next thing is tick. You see, it's not working. Okay, let's see the network. Every time we tick or untick, it triggers a HTTP request to to-do list. What's the problem here? Because every time it triggers the request, it will call the render function, which means the load data function is called. Then the checklist gets reinitialized. So the checked property is always true. So you see that in every tick, all those items are ticked. So we need to, first of all, let's set to false. We need to use some Livewire feature to fix it. So this is what I'm going to introduce you, the deferred updating. According to Livewire documentation, you can see here, in some cases, you don't need the data update to happen live, which is what we expect. We don't expect the HTTP request in every tick. So this is a pure client behavior. So we don't want it to be updated at the server side until we click some button or trigger the submit. Okay, so in this way, we can add the defer to the checkbox model. Then if we refresh the page, tick, it's working. With this implementation, so no request is fired. This is just so the status of the checkbox is stored locally at the client side. Next step is to add a button delete to file the delete request. So here I want to add a button delete. So delete by checklist. So this is a method to be called in a delete operation. Okay, here in the component, I need to implement this function delete by checklist. So what I need to do is that find all the checked items. So let's see this checklist. This is an array, so we filter the array by a callback. So I expect the checked to be true. I need those items. Okay. Checked items. Next thing is I need to build a query to delete those items. TODO query. So this is a query builder, and I won't delete unless there's at least one item in the checked items. So I need to check the size greater than 0. Then it means there's something to be deleted. For each checked item as item builder or where ID equal check item ID, right? Okay, that's it. Call delete. Okay, it's deleted. So these items will be deleted. Now let's quickly refresh a page. Okay, we have the delete item here. Now I want to delete the first two items. Oh, so expect array parameter 1 to be array by object given. What's the error? Array filter checklist. Okay, so this is what I was thinking for to-do list. So the eloquent model or eloquent query returns a collection rather than array. So in this case, when we do the map, the eloquent map, it's also returning a collection. Now we can convert it to an array in this way. So you can use a native array filter function. Otherwise, this is an object. So alternatively, we can also use the filter function. But as I'm using array filter, so I need to do some conversion from collection to array. Okay, let's refresh the page. Try again. Get property ID. Okay, this is another mistake I made. So the item in the checklist is an array with multiple keys. So this is not an object, it's just a pure array. So I need to use key to access ID. Now I think it should be working now. The first items delete where? Okay. This is this the right one? To the hold on. I fixed in the wrong place, so that was not the problem here. So this line, this is a checked item, what I meant. So this is from the array, and the item there had two keys, ID and checked. Now let's try to delete two of them. Okay, it's working. And you can see when we tick something there, no request fired. Okay. So I just need a demo preparation item. I delete that one. Writing a paper as well. Okay, it's deleted. Perfect. Now, as I have the batch delete feature in the application, it's time to remove the extra column in to-do list, which is the action column. I don't think it's needed. It looks very tedious there. Okay, and now the bottoms are there, and we have a table for the items. Let me add some more UI improvement there. So before I do it, just to repeat, so this is a very important feature you can use in Laravel component. It can improve the performance significantly, as you don't need the extra data update to happen live, so it saves a lot of traffic. This is something I can also apply to the create to item model dialog, because you see here, when I click, there's also some request, and when I do something, You can see here, every time when I type something in the input box, a request get fired. So this is to update the property at the server side, which is not needed. So let me also apply to the create TODO component here. So we also apply deferred to name, and let me show you now. Refresh. Okay. Writing. See there. There's no request fired. Right? Okay. So this is how we can use defer. Also, I can also apply defer to the datetime field. Okay, this is one thing. The other minor improvement I want to apply to are the bottoms. As you can see here, the bottoms on top of the table are too close to the table, so I want to add some margin there. So let me see what I can do here. MB, so I think it's margin bottom 1. How it looks like a minus space. Let me add more space, probably 12. Maybe it's too much. 4. Okay, looks better now. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you in this video. Remember that deferred update is a very important feature. Please use it in your day-to-day development. Try to reduce the traffic as much as you can. As usual, I will also submit the code, make a PR, and put it in the video description. Feel free to check it out, comment, and share. Feel free to ask if you have any question. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.